Episode 1, Hell on Earth. This episode was intended to be kind of like a soft pilot to the episode. It gives just kind of opinion piece without kind of really saying much about where I was gonna necessarily take the series. But I think my main goal was just trying to be myself. I've been cultivating this following, talking about, you know, celebrities and doing all this pop culture analysis and things like that. But I think there has been a big insecurity. In one, do like people really care what I have to say? Which is like, yes, that's why you follow me. But then how do I then extend it to like talking about my life and the things that I care about? So this was a way of doing that. And I mean, like, if you've been watching me for some time, you know, like there's a certain way, like I like to present, I like to edit my videos, and a lot of that is attached to this like perfectionism. I am a perfectionist, and in actually interrogating that perfectionism, I'm like, no, like a lot of this comes from your teenage years where you didn't feel comfortable to be yourself. So if you don't feel comfortable to be yourself, one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be 100% right. I feel like it was even facilitating like this stagnancy, even with like my content and stuff. If I don't feel comfortable to like share myself and share my heart and be vulnerable with the world, which is crazy because like, yeah, like regardless, people are gonna think what they think of you, do you know what I mean? But I wanted my content to stop feeling like a lecture, which I love doing. I love sharing information, like, don't get me wrong. I realized, no, like this is a two-way street and you need to connect with people. And that's why like I've leaned a lot less. And Mamu, Beyonce, it's basically like summarized by this. I wanted to lean more into my imagination and my humanity. Something that I feel like has been a bit of a difficulty for me, kind of seeing like me talking about episode 6 and stuff. And this episode was actually one of the first times like I didn't film with like a pre-written script. Do you get what I mean? Because often sometimes I feel like I ramble and I go on this like, no, like just keep going, like talk. That's what people, like there's people like listening to talking. Posting this episode and doing this series and like just talk about myself and finding like space, you can see it, like I've become so much more confident in and comfortable in the content that I'm making like now. And there's even moments where like, for example, like I sing. And I want the rest of my life to feel just like a high school musical. And for me, when I was editing, I was like, oh, but I'm like, no, this is what people like about you. Like, this is how I am. And like, if you pray for my friends.
Around, 'cause I wanna share forever with you, baby. I'll be satisfied.
But yeah, I just wanted to release this anxiety I had about how I was being perceived, because so much of it was tied to secondary school. So it's kind of like, the meaning of this is a bit cyclical. It's like, it's reinforcing itself. But yeah, episode 1 was just a good way to introduce that, like, yeah, teenage years ain't shit, but also like actually introduce myself. Like I was in my bedroom, legs out, photos, like you could really, I feel like, grasp me. And that's something I'm becoming confident in. Comfortable in my skin.